For people who are just like thinking about getting into like setting up an interactive demo, like where's the best place for them to start? Obviously use Walnut, but like, is it on your website? Like, and have, I go to a bunch of websites and I see that there. Is it using it more in like the middle part of your funnel? Like, yeah, what's the best place for people to start as they want to explore interactive demos?
So the easiest low-hanging fruit that I'm still shocked at how few companies are doing, or how often I come across websites that aren't doing it, just get a product tour on your website. Like get a clickable interactive product tour. And there's really, really inexpensive ways to do it, but literally something where someone has multiple different pathings and they can click through some version of your product. Like that would be my first piece of advice, just because it's so simple and so inexpensive. And it does, all of our buyers are self-educating before they talk to us. So whether we like that or not, like they are going to go out and do a lot of research. So I would rather be in the driver's seat and try to give them exposure to our product earlier so that we are helping drive some of that process. The other thing that I continue to be shocked at how it takes some of our customers a minute to get to this place, but like you absolutely should be leveraging interactive demos asynchronously in your sales process. So like for us, we have, even if it's just an inbound motion, so relatively transactional or straightforward, we'll say it's an SMB or a mid-market customer. When someone schedules a first call with a rep, the day before that call happens, we send out a playlist that has some micro demos included. So they have the opportunity to self-educate a bit before the call. And then we're looking at that data to understand where they spent time. And then we incorporate that into the first and second call. Like there's some pretty simple unlocks that you can do there that definitely help just minimize friction in the sales process itself.
I assume like one objection you probably hear, and I remember hearing this at Lattice when I was running marketing, was like, I wanted to put like a demo video up on the website, even pre-interactive demo, just a video, right? And you have to put your email in and whatever and see it. But the objection I would get from the sales team is often like, but I want to talk to them. I don't want to give it away. I need to structure that conversation. And I assume there's probably some tension like that with interactive demos where salespeople like want to be involved. They want to talk. Are we giving it away too much? Like, why is that the wrong mentality?
Anyone that has that mentality, one, I could tell you how old they must be, a certain amount of age or older, because they grew up in my generation of you don't give a demo away, like make people work for it. Everything is about really, really good discovery. And of course there's principles there. Like, yes, you absolutely don't want to show up and throw up a bunch of features of your product without doing adequate discovery. But I guarantee, like regardless of how complex or simple your product is, there are certain things that are going to be aha moments every single time. Like there's certain things that I guarantee when you're showing doc, like there's a couple of places where people like light up when you're talking about it. And there's ways that you can craft a version of a demo or a micro demo that's highlighting enough of those to add interest and anticipation without, I mean, there's certainly best practices around how many clicks, how long of a flow, like where people's attention span is, which guess what? Their attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So that's going to continue. But if anything, you should be leveraging interactive demos or technology to help you figure out what you actually want to be showing in your product when you get that live, golden 30 minutes or hour or 2 hours with them. Like it's all about making that more efficient, I think.
And I also think like salespeople today have so little time actually talking to the buyer. Like there's some stat, I think it's like from Gartner, like 17% of the buying cycle, they're actually talking to sales people, and that's your competitors included. So you have like 5% of the entire buying cycle to actually get on a call and talk to people. And so I think of interactive demos and things like we're doing at Doc as like a way for you to help influence the deal, like when you're not in the room, and because they're going to do your research regardless. Like they're going to go out there and learn about your product, and like you might as well control that a little bit more with something like an interactive demo.
That's been the big evolution, or one of the evolutions we've seen in our category. Because I think 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was very much, we thought we were solving the live demo. Like demos generally suck. Let's build technology to make them better, more personalized, more customized. And yes, interactive demos can help with that. But what we have found is the market has very clearly pulled us to what really matters is all of the ways they are going to interact with your product when you're not in the room, to your point, and trying to make that process better.